With unreleased conversations from Epic Games themselves to new battle passes, live events, and huge upcoming storyline collaborations, the community is wondering what's in store for our next season of Fortnite. And when it comes to the theme, all eyes seem to be lying on Marvel and its collaboration with the game. But why? Donald Mustard, the head creative director at Epic Games Storyline and Gameplay, had an interview regarding Chapter 2 Season 4's Marvel collaboration season, and how it wasn't the end of the company's time together. He commonly spoke of a character known as MODOK. In the Marvel universe, from what I've heard, he has a very similar goal to many of Fortnite's past villains. His focus being to conquer all universes allows for the whole idea to make quite a bit of sense for him to be in Reality Zero, hungry for the 0 point as many seem to be. But would there really be an entire season focused on just this one guy who's not even from our universe? To answer that question simply, yep, there totally would be. It's actually happened before. An entire season dedicated to Marvel comic characters is nothing really too, unheard of at this point. So we've established why people think it may be happening, but why would it be happening now? Why in Chapter 3 Season 4? Fortnite has a very common pattern between its seasons. The most well-known example of this particular pattern in this sense is the similarity between Chapter 1 Season 4 of Fortnite, which was superhero themed, and then Chapter 2 Season 4, which was Marvel superhero themed. Chapter 1 Season 5 was about worlds colliding, and Chapter 2 Season 5 was about realities colliding. Chapter 1 Season 6 was about Darkness Rising, Chapter 2 Season 6 was about the Spiders Darkness Rising. And this isn't just some reoccurring, coincidence thing with the mid-Chapter 2 seasons, it's still happening with Chapter 3 seasons to this day. Chapter 2 Season 1 was a new world, and so was Chapter 3 Season 1. Chapter 2 Season 2 was a war between factions with a big doomsday device being worked on in the background. And yep, here we go, Chapter 3 Season 2 was also a war between factions with another, huge doomsday device being constructed behind the scenes. Here we go again. Chapter 2 Season 3 was based around a summer party, and would you look at that? Chapter 3 Season 3, yet another summer party. I think you get my point now. Fortnite's making this super obvious between the chapter correlation of the different season numbers. And if last chapter Season 4 was Marvel themed, it makes sense for that concept to carry over for Chapter 3 Season 4. But that's not it. This chapter, out of all 3 of Fortnite's chapters, especially in these earlier seasons, have had an absolute massive ton of Marvel collaboration involved with the gameplay, with the Spider-Man mythics, the POI of Daily Bugle, and also the storyline with the Zero War comics. I don't know if you've been reading those Zero War comics, but if you have, you would know how much the Marvel characters assisted to Seven in the war against IO. So what's to say there won't be more? Well, there's actually a few things that say that. It kind of contradicts the whole idea, but there's still quite a bit of proof. The Fortnite Zero War comics actually end at the start of Chapter 3 Season 4, so it kind of seems like they're shutting down the Fortnite x Marvel story instead of continuing it at the start of Season 4, seeing that the comics end. Unless, of course, they do a kind of, to be continued like thing, which is also totally possible. The only thing that makes me doubt that to be continued idea is that we already know the main enemy of the Zero War comics, it's Doctor Doom. And plus, the comics take place in Season 2 in the past, and no, they cross over to Season 3, but I don't think they go into Season 4. He's already a skin in the game too, so are we just getting a battle pass of collab skins we've already seen before, or like stuff that happened in the past? I mean, I doubt it. This season would be cool with the whole chapter loop and all, but I have another idea which just makes a lot more sense, and it's a mix between Fortnite's originality, but it also involves Marvel and superheroes as a theme as well. Just hear me out. At the end of this season's trailer, we are introduced to the Bloom Watcher, or at least that's what everyone's been calling her. If this woman is teased to be behind all of this season, and then nothing happens with her just to make room for Marvel, that really would not add up at all. They weren't just gonna, just leave her here. And plus, the Geno stuff is still on a massive cliffhanger, so I doubt now is the time to bring in MODOK for his arrival. It doesn't really make sense. We have Geno and the Bloom Watcher threatening reality, as well as the Ice King's return being teased, Midas' awesome comeback, and the 0 point opening up to its more delicate and sentient self. Reality is in a complete mess and a complete chaos fragile state, and this gives me a super unique idea for the next season's idea and theme. So what if it goes like this? The Seven are kicking the 0 point free from the imagined order, but they've also opened it up to everyone else. Whilst what the IO was doing was bad, trapping the 0 point away, making sure no one could understand it so they could obtain their power for itself, it also kept everyone out, and it was a negative intentioned activity with positive side effects. So what I'd say is that the Bloom Watcher is an alternate form of the Cube Queen coming back to our reality. Now, it's very vulnerable, it's a good time to attack. Plus the war between Io and Seven is gone. She said, your fight with Seven is in vain, and now that it's over, it's her chance to strike. I think she will then attract the attention of many others by completely messing with how other realities link to one another, attracting all different universes, and therefore that could attract the attention of the Elementals, Geno, MODOK, Doctor Doom, and that seems to be more of the case here. Not fully Marvel themed, but still chunks of Marvel involvement. So what do you guys think about that? Are you excited for a somewhat collaboration / originality themed season? It'll be similar to Chapter 2 Season 5 in a way. And for, wait, hold on, that kind of contradicts the season mirroring thing if Season 4 is like Season 5. Well, the next season all the enemies will probably show up because Io isn't there to manipulate them and abuse their abilities. So that's kind of bad. Who am I kidding? That's really bad. But either way, they're going to stuff our reality over at some point completely. So what can I say? Get ready for chaos in Season 4.